Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judgment. People don't like my titles because Chelsea survived the scare. Of course, we're going to be joined by Ads, who's joining us momentarily. Liverpool actually escaped with another late winner. Believe it or not, Chiesa, the Spaghetti Mafia, actually saves Liverpool. Of course, who actually were supposed to go behind early. Another late winner after the 80th minute. Is it sustainable? How long is this going to go for? I actually absolutely have no idea what is going on. But listen, Leone, brilliant performance. Chiesa, absolutely fantastic performance. I just got to say that Chiesa, absolutely phenomenal performance by him today. It's kind of really haram that he didn't actually be selected for the Champions League because he could have added something to that Champions League squad, of course. But big up everybody that's here. Hit that like button because we're going to have a short but very good discussion for you guys. So get your opinions in and pick up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace. To be honest with you, hit that like button. We don't know where Ads is. I'm actually texting him, and he's joining us. Chelsea, absolutely. Chelsea fans are upset. Look, watch this. Watch this. Chelsea win 2-1, survive cup scare. Liverpool win 2-1. Isak steps up. Basically, what is going on? The difference between the two teams is that you played Lincoln. I had no idea there is a team called Lincoln. I thought Lincoln is a car. They sell cars here. And you had 77% ball position, Chelsea, and they had 10 shots. You had 3, none on target in first 45 minutes. They should have been 2-0 up. Bro, also Liverpool have played the guy in the middle that I don't know what's his name yet. How does he keep
Neone, Trey Neone.
Neone, and it's just a kid, Vio. Just a kid. Yeah, they played in Gomoa. You played your £90 million signings. Chelsea fans. You Blaze, have some shame and decorum. Don't tell me that away at Lincoln, Blaze. Guys, Chelsea fans, you spent a lot of money. You played your 90 million, but there's a massive echo coming from somebody still. Are you playing something in your ears?
No, sorry. Try it now. I'm further back.
Yeah. So we played kids. You played kids. What kids? Can you tell me what kids? Is Garnacho a kid? Is Gittins a kid? Tariq George. Yeah, I'll give you Tariq George. He's a kid. He scored though. Andre Santos. I was told he is the best midfielder in League A. Right?
Enzo a kid.
Enzo a kid. Like what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Is
Fofana?
Fofana
What? Trevor Chalobah, these kids? I don't know.
Hato's a kid. That guy has a lot of experience.
Malo
Gusto's a kid. Jorgensen is a
Players
kid.
there who've been in the Champions League.
Well, why Chelsea fans? I just gotta say that, Blaze. You guys want us to pat you on the back? It is fine. I can fucking do this. I can just pat you on the back and be like, oh my God, Chelsea won 2-1 in the cup, and we can do this, right? But you want honesty? You want honesty? Chelsea today should have had way better performance than this. Like, you should have had way better performance than this. You cannot be playing Lincoln. I don't know one player at Lincoln. At least I know most of the players that played for Southampton. And Liverpool are not escaping the criticism. They didn't play well as well. Liverpool didn't. They were gifted a goal in the first half. They should have been 1-0 behind Liverpool. They were gifted a goal. But, bro, here you go. Brighton 6-0 away versus Barnsley, League One as well.
Did you see their goals? Sorry. Did you see Brighton's goals?
I actually didn't.
Oh, my God. The third goal, mate, is ridiculously good. It is stupidly good.
Actually, this is what you're supposed to do to lower league opposition. You could see that they were actually on it and they just battered them.
Yeah.
Battered them.
Lower league teams, man, can get surprise results. We've had it against us. They can't, like, Bradford beat Chelsea a few years ago.
Not performances. Okay.
No.
Here is the difference. Here is the difference. You can absolutely get a surprise result here and there. Again, it happened. Plymouth beat Liverpool. But we cannot be sitting here 45 minutes with Chelsea have Enzo Fernandez, Chalobah, Hato, Fofana, Jorgensen, Malo Gusto, Garnacho, and Gittins, and actually say that it was a surprise. Lincoln going up 1-0 wasn't a surprise. It was what they deserved in the first half.
Yeah.
Chelsea were not good. And by the way, when I'm saying this, Chelsea fans should be aware of what is going on. You cannot be having a second team in the conference last season and play and win games. And now you come against teams like, because Palmer is injured 3 to 6 weeks.
Is it 6 weeks?
3 to 6 weeks. So he's missing the Liverpool game.
Mo, all right, cool. Mo, remember what I said, about them? I didn't mean just like, I'm talking about attack-wise about Palmer. Remember what we said and we was having that discussion the other day?
About Palmer FC?
Yeah, bro, you're going to see now. He's had Chelsea on his back. Like, apart from him, if it's not him, there ain't really going to be no one that's going to stand up for Chelsea. Like, João Pedro, I feel sorry for him, innit? That's it. There ain't really going to be no one that.
By the way, I gotta just, before I get ads, can you come closer? I asked on the terrace if the Martinelli and Ekitike celebration are both low mentality. And Sam doesn't agree. What's your guys' take on it? I'm just going to say something. Isak celebrated against Southampton the equal, like the first goal as he won the World Cup. So but it's okay.
It's his first goal at a new club after everything that's gone on. So I'm fine with that if he wants. Ekitike
by the way, I am fine with it, bro. I never criticized Martinelli for celebration, and I won't criticize anybody for celebration. I'm not a celebration police. I don't do this.
I'd forget who I was if I scored, mate. I wouldn't know where I was if I'd scored the goal at Anfield.
Martinelli has come under a lot of criticism, right? So he has the right.
That was relief. Yeah, 100%. That was relief.
Bro, you can tell it's relief. By the way, let's go to Chelsea. Ads, what did you take of this game? What did you take away from the game?
I took away us going through to the next round. That's the main thing.
This is what man. Come on, man.
I'm just being real. Now listen, big up the panel, big up everybody listening.
You're not being real. You're not being real.
Man, take a cut.
I'm coming here with the energy of like, we're gonna be fine. It's okay. You played Lincoln. Oh my!
But why did Chelsea do this? Like, I don't get it. Like, why do you sort of do this? Like, why can't you just say, you know what? We were rubbish. Like, we went through. You man always just be like, oh, bro, we won eventually.
Calm.
Like, bro,
chill, relax. Take a touch. Drink some tea if you need to. Right, man, them chill. We're gonna have a nice conversation. Right, cool. Again, what's the main thing I take away from this game? Obviously, that we've gone through, and that's the most important thing in cup football, right? Was the performance good? No, it was atrocious. Again, I'm here 30 minutes in talking to the man and being like, listen, we're going to win this game, but by my goodness, our build-up play once again is looking shocking. Some of the players are not looking up to it right now. And again, I was criticizing a lot of things in the team, and it wasn't good enough, generally, right? It was a poor performance. And again, I expected to see better. Again, I like cup competition because, again, we've come off a really bad week. So naturally, this is going to be an opportunity for for backup players to obviously shine, get some minutes in the legs, the likes of Hato, Gittins, Buonanotte, these kind of guys who haven't been having as many minutes in the league, right? So it's an important competition for these guys to make sure they do well. And again, I want to win this kind of competition. Our record, at Wembley of recent has been quite poor. And as much as we won the Club World Cup, that's great. I want to win more trophies, especially if we're not going to potentially win the Premier League or win a Champions League. We need to make sure we're winning trophies, period. So again, the performance wasn't great. That can happen when you play against lower league sides, away from home on a bad pitch, and these guys are just playing long ball and they're playing like their lives depends on it, which of course it does. They're playing against the world champions. Of course they're going to step up for it, but whereas for us it doesn't mean as much. But that's why you got to show your mentality. You got to perform. Performance wasn't great. There were a couple people that stepped up, which is cool. But of course I expect better. But at the same time, these performances can happen. The main thing is that you do get through, which is what we did. And hopefully we're on to bigger and better things in the next round.
Is this just a one-off performance though? That's the thing.
Oh, of course not. No. You can't just say
our performances. You can't just say our performances are happening when it's not a one-off. Then
I never said it didn't matter. I mean, I said
I didn't say you said it mattered. I'm saying to you, you said that this was just like just these performances can happen. But the thing is that these performances have been happening. So it's not like a one-off game. It's not like an anomaly where you guys have been playing well and now you've played lower league opposition and like they've turned up and it's a bit of a banana skin. Like these performances have been happening.
Can I tell you honestly, ads before we come in? Can I tell you? I am someone who backed Chelsea all summer. Yeah. I am worried about how I would look at the end of the season.
There's concerns.
Personally, I am absolutely worried about my opinions. People are questioning my football knowledge because of Chelsea Football Club. Bro, I'm being serious.
Listen, I get it, right? Again, there's some concerning signs for sure. And like, I've gone from being obviously, again, we should compete for a league. I want to see us competing for a league. And that for me is still on the table, but it's further down the table, right? Because I have to now entertain the fact that we could be in another top 5 slog for like just getting into the top 5. That could happen. I didn't think that was going to be a potential thing that could happen a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm seeing that it could happen. It could happen. I mean, obviously that counts on that matters on a lot of different things, right? There's a lot of different factors that could lead to that happening. One of those is injuries, because again, we've had the injuries to the likes of Delap, Hugo, Lavia. Why is that important? Because they're in key positions where we have players like João Pedro and Caicedo who are class players, 2 of our best players, but they're clearly not at 100% right now. And if either of these guys get injured, knowing that their backup isn't there, then we could beat them for a long season. So the brother's point about obviously our form and can these games happen? Of course, there's been some bad sides in recent games for sure. There were some bad sides in the second half against Bayern Munich. The Man United game, even though it was a weird game, given that we got a sending off in the first 4 minutes. That's quite a weird game, but a weird situation to be in, unique situation.
Brentford.
But there were some poor performances in there. Brentford first half was poor as well. So there's been some poor games. Even you can point to Crystal Palace, they're a good team. They got us at home. Fulham was one of those kind of games where it was up and down, some good moments in there, but ultimately we did actually turn up and get the win. West Ham was a great performance. So listen,
Fulham got robbed.
But you know the maddest thing though?
Wait, let me lie. My whole point is it's not been the best start to the season, right? There's been some bad signs during some of the games, so I agree. This Lincoln game can show you that, there's been actually some bad signs and it's carried on to this game. And now you can say, you know what? Maybe Chelsea aren't in good form, and now Brighton at home is a real banana skin game. I agree. However, this whole doom and gloom, and it's been a horrible start to the season. Chelsea are playing horrible football the whole time. I think it's a little bit overdone. There's some bad signs, don't get me wrong, and it could get worse. I'm open to the idea of it could get worse, and I don't want it to get worse. However, some people are doing a little bit too much. I think there's still opportunity for this Chelsea team to turn it around and show some of the good signs that we've had this season, because there's also been good signs. West Ham game, we were great. Brentford game away, we were great. Bayern Munich first 25, 30 minutes, we were really, really good, and some really bad mistakes cost us in that game, right? So again, I'm not doing the whole doom and gloom team yet. However, I am open to the idea that it could be another tough season, which I wasn't expecting.
But do you know you just said then, and I get it, but this is just me playing devil's advocate. You mentioned those 3 games there. You bastard West Ham, who are relegation fodder this season. Brentford, you played well against, who have had their best players picked from them, and then you played great against 20-odd minutes for Bayern Munich, but then you lost. So yeah, there's positives, but in the grand scheme of things, given everything going on and the other sides around you who have dipped and are going through a lot of change, should you not be capitalizing on those mistakes more than saying, "Well, we battered West Ham"?
Look how much money you spent.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money, and I agree. We should have had a really good start to the season. Again, Mo was saying that, I expected Chelsea to have a flying start to the season.
15 out of 15 points expectations for me.
Why? But why though? I don't get it. You know my thing. Yeah, with
I
Chelsea.
was fooled.
You just said that we spent a lot
I
of money.
was fooled.
No, you have. Yeah, but bro, like you can spend a lot of money and buy a lot of rubbish.
Yeah, and that's the point. You were here in the last show when I mentioned the fact that, listen, the sporting directors dropped the ball in a lot of situations. They dropped the ball signing. Again, we have a rookie manager. Doesn't mean I don't like Maresca. Maresca's a quality coach.
I'm not even talking about your manager.
I'm just saying there's a lot of things you have to look at, right? Again, I feel like we can go and at least compete for the league and be closer, right? Most of them expect us to be closer too. My whole thing is on the last show is that, we have the talent to do it. Again, we've got class players, Palmer, we've got the best midfield in the league for me, right? You can argue, but I think we have the best midfield in the league. We've added 2 good attackers. Again, I'm just saying the argument. You don't have to agree. I'm saying I'm making the argument, right? Cool. These things I'm saying we have. Again, when you actually have got a sporting director and guys who have gone and not addressed key areas in the team, like goalkeeper, like centre back, you're going to spend 95 million on left wingers who for me aren't good enough. Then of course you have to question, okay, maybe we've not done all the things to give us the conditions to compete and be optimal for winning a league title right now. However, we have the players to at least do better than what we've done last season, and that everybody can agree with.
But rivals should pat you on the back.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with that.
No, you should have.
Not you. But my point about it is, it's very easy to sit down and say that, yeah, we didn't recruit well, we didn't spend the money well. But that excuse is not given to anybody else. It wasn't given to Liverpool when they recruited Nunes, when Diaz was injured after he was off to a flying start in his first 6 months. Luis Diaz, when Gakpo didn't play well. The problem with Chelsea for me is that after the Club World Cup and after the PSG game, and by the way, I wasn't only fooled by that. Actually, Chelsea were the second best team in the second part of last season since March. Like, they were great. They looked fantastic. The defense, they kept 7 clean sheets in 9 games. So I expected a continuation of this, especially paired with close to £300 million spent in the summer. I'm expecting Chelsea to be one of the best teams in the league. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, really? Is your second team have Gittins and Tariq George and Garnacho as your starting forwards? Yes, because Delap is injured. That is fine. Okay. But injuries happen. It happens to Arsenal, it happens to Liverpool, it happens to Man City. It happens to anybody. To be honest with you, I don't think Chelsea have impressed me this season as much at all.
They haven't impressed me either.
Mo, do you know what? Yeah, see the thing with Chelsea, yeah, is that we're not remembering, yeah, is that last season they were afforded the opportunity to leave a whole squad at home and go and play a completely different 11 in the Conference League. This season, you ain't going to be able to afford to be doing that. You can't. Champions League, everyone has to play. Now you're going to go to the league game, everyone has to play. And your second string and your squad ain't good enough to be competing on both fronts and to be doing that. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Bro, you've got Slim Shady and Gittins, as you spent 90 million on them, bro.
Yeah,
Lavia is proved to be someone that you can't rely on. Lavia's always injured. He's always popped down. So forget about Lavia because he's never fit. So you needed another midfielder. You didn't buy.
Yeah, they got. It's so good. They got Andre Santos.
And Nasugo got a random 12-week injury. That's just out of nowhere.
Cool.
Right? So,
all right, cool. You've also needed centre backs before Colwill even got injured.
Yep.
He got injured, and you still didn't buy a centre off.
You know what, guys? I swear to God, Fofana isn't ever going to be a top centre back for a league winning. I measure Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Liverpool as something called league winning material in a player. You can tell that Caicedo can be, Enzo Fernandez can be, Palmer can be.
Enzo,
right?
I'm not sure.
Enzo have had a fantastic season last season. You can never tell me that Fofana will be a league-winning material player. You can never tell me that Fofana. Bro, Jorgensen had a howler today. Yeah. A howler. Oh, my word.
He's terrible. He's worse than
He's awful. I just said the goalkeeper is just awful.
Yeah.
Sanchez is
Sanchez is levels above Jorgensen.
It's because we've said before, Chelsea don't sign players to improve the squad. Chelsea sign players because they think in a year or two's time we can flog them for twice as much.
You are a business. You are a business now.
But this is the thing, though.
I already know.
I feel harsh on you because, as a Chelsea fan, you've seen incredible success over the past decade. Let's face it. To see your club suddenly become a cash cow from out of nowhere is disappointing to see, because there's so many people in that squad who, let's face it, they could go to anywhere else and they could be quality players in a different team. There's potential there, there's ability there, and instead they're going to Chelsea just to be used as meat in a slaughterhouse, getting sold on for X amount of money, rather than being looked at as people who can improve the squad. And that's not a small mentality, but it's just the wrong mentality for an ownership to have.
Is Maresca like, what is the word? Oblivious? What's the word? Like,
Oblivious.
Yeah, from the no. Is he like exonerated from all this criticism?
No.
Like
No.
he's immune
Why?
to getting criticized for this, you're saying.
Why?
Yeah, like it's
Well,
because
yeah.
I've not seen a lot of people criticize Enzo Maresca lately.
No, we have
About
got a lot
him.
of criticism from Chelsea fans. We criticized them a lot over the United game and obviously his tactics in that game. And again, for me, obviously
Today,
that was
the tactics were completely wrong.
Yeah, he made some really bad decisions after, of course, the players let him down. Because again, how we've let one long ball lead to man being 1v1 and goal, and then the keeper just gives away a red card like that 4 minutes into the game, that's on the players. Now, how Maresca reacted was poor. And again, like I said, I love the manager. He's a great, talented manager. He showed that in the Club World Cup and towards the end of last season. But again, he is still a rookie. He's still going to make mistakes that he's going to learn from and have unique situations.
No,
where
no,
that was
no,
wait, what do you mean? No, is that not true? What I said is not true. No, tell me, what about what I said is not true? Tell me.
I'm not hearing it.
What about what I
You
said
know
is
why I'm
not
not
true?
hearing it? Do you know why I'm not hearing it? Because, bro, people don't talk about Arteta as a rookie. Arteta's this.
What do you mean?
Arteta's
He's
that.
7 years into the job. How can he be a
Bro,
rookie?
So has Maresca won the championship last season? So is he a
This
rookie
is his
then?
first season managing in the Champions League. In any
So-
competition that isn't the Conference League.
No,
Yeah.
bro, we're not doing all
How
of
are you
this.
comparing that
Like,
to Arteta?
terms and
Brother,
conditions. We're not
tell
doing
this
that.
guy, when
If you're
Arteta-
gonna, if you're
Why are
gonna
you talking to me?
I'm saying to you,
let me
bro,
know. Let me land.
listen, you've been landing for a long time. All I'm gonna say is measure everyone with the same measuring stick. That's it. Pause.
But how
Do you get what I'm saying
was
to you?
waffle, bro? Because when Arteta was 2, 3, 4 years into the job, we were all saying, okay, he's a rookie manager, he's gonna have time, blah blah blah. Man's in year 8, year 7 or year 8, right?
So is this Maresca's first job?
It's not the same. It's not the same at all.
By the
Is
way,
it
when
his first job?
Arteta got
Absolutely
knocked
not.
out by Bayern Munich in his first year in the Champions League, the media slaughtered the team.
Exactly, bro.
After how many years
Quarterfinals.
in the job? After how
One
this is
year.
Maresca.
It's the first year to
Exactly.
play
That's what I'm
Champions League.
saying to you, bro.
Year
No. This is Maresca's second full season at Chelsea. Before this, he was managing at Leicester in the Championship, and then he did like half a season in Italy where he was shit, by the way. I was dead there. Cool. Arteta's been at Arsenal for how many years before that first season at the Champions League? So he was like 4, 5, 6 years into the job, and then he got into the first year in the Champions League. Had a decent campaign, but again, lost to Bayern Munich, whatever happened, cool. So it's different. Again, when Arteta was a rookie manager, we all said that. Again, I'm saying with Maresca, I expect better, but I also accept that he's in the second year as a full manager at this level, now managing his first season, not just in the Europa League, but at a Champions League level. This is his first time properly managing in Europe. I don't really count the Conference League. You manage in Europe, but against, like you said, you have the ability to be able to play your second team through 95% of the competition. I'm not care because we're going to win because we're better than everybody in the competition. So it's natural for me to assess that this is a rookie manager who's going to make mistakes. That doesn't mean there's no pressure on him. Of course there's pressure on him. He's at freaking Chelsea Football Club. So the two things can coexist. There's pressure on him, but you can also recognize that he's a rookie. And that was comparable to Arteta in year 2, maybe even year 3 of his time at Arsenal. But not when man is in year 7 or 8, bro. He's a full-fledged manager. He's had multiple title races. Of course, there's more pressure.
So wait, do you think this is the only year that man are getting man are criticizing Arteta? Is that what you think?
I never said it was. Of course.
Let me just get this straight. I like Enzo Maresca. I think he has done good job in the second half of last season. I actually criticized him massively in the beginning of last season. He's done a good job at the end of last season to get Chelsea to top 4 and actually get the Champions League. And he has done a good job in the Club World Cup. However,
one trophy some managers can't relate to. One big trophy that managers can't relate to on this panel, but I digress.
Whoa. What trophies can't I relate to?
I said some. I didn't say everybody.
Oh, right. I was like, hang on a minute. Whoa.
But my point about this is that I actually thought he would actually continue in the trajectory. I always have this for all the managers and in my team. Improvement. I can't have people regressing. Big clubs don't accept regression. By the way, same for Arsenal. When they regressed last season, questions were asked. Regardless of the conditions and all the circumstances, and regression requires questioning. Right? This is it. Right? Enzo Maresca, 6. I'm not judging him fully now, right? I'm not saying that is fully. But also there are signs of him struggling a little bit tactically. There are signs of him struggling tactically. But the team, you can tell me the team has improved, right? From Chelsea point of view. Garnacho and Gittins are not improvement on Madueke. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's much of a muchness, to be honest. So again, and that's why I criticize the board. I criticize the fact that, of course, we have a
Madueke is better than both of them currently.
Yeah, it's much of a muchness for sure. Again, Madueke, I'm still going to question his end product because while he's looking good at Arsenal, what is his goals and assists? And I'm not to say that he's had a bad start at Arsenal. It's to say that when he was at Chelsea doing the same things, he wasn't getting the same praise. It was like, oh, okay, you're looking threatening, blah, 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 but where's the end product? And by the way, this time last season with Chelsea, he had like 4 or 5 goals already because he had the hat-trick against Wolves and some other good games as well. So again, I'm just saying that, listen, I'm not even here to big up Garnacho or Gittins. I don't like those signings at all. Again, we won the Club World Cup, and what did we do to add and to improve on it? All we did was buy Garnacho. That's absolutely dead. That's absolutely dead. So again, that's why I'm criticizing that. There's obviously pressure on Maresca, but again, it's only 6 games into the season, so there's obviously time to turn things around for sure.
But he's doing at Arsenal what he did at Chelsea. But the difference is at Chelsea he was a full-fledged starter week in, week out, whereas at Arsenal he's only like that now because Saka's been injured. He's a backup, so it's it's like he's doing great. He's doing the exact same thing. But he's not someone who's going to be playing for them week in, week out and expected to be doing 10 out of 10.
I don't want to go into the ownership.
He was every game.
But how can Chelsea spend that much money and only improvement in the starting 11, Joao Pedro over Jackson? The only one.
Yeah, no, but Mo, I've said this on previous shows with you. I said that the only signing that's moved me in the last 2 years, so the last 2 summers and in January, is Joao Pedro. And listen, I like the lap. That's a good signing. But again, he's not starting because technically Joao Pedro is our striker. Every other signing either is good depth or mid to me. Because again,
are you worried at all? Are anybody here worried? People in the chat, are you guys? Any Chelsea fan is worried about this season? About the progression of last season?
They're not going to say that.
I'm going to speak on behalf of Chelsea fans. Okay, like I said, over the last week, I've had to contemplate the idea that it could be another like slog for top 4, top 5. Again, I think top 5 will get you Champions League again, just because the strength of English teams in Europe will be very good this season. Again, there's more teams than ever before in all 3 competitions, right? So it's going to probably be top 5 again that gets you Champions League. And I think there's a chance that it could be another slog where we're sort of fighting it out till the last couple of weeks for that, which to me will be horrible. That'll be relatively mid, if not regression. Obviously, it depends how we do in a cup competitions, right? Which that wouldn't be good enough for me, and I'm accepting that. However, I think it's still early, and I thought that it's still a chance for us to turn it around, for the manager to make some good corrections tactically in the team and improve us. And I think some of those things include dropping Enzo Fernandez deeper on the pitch. I think having somebody like him dictate from deeper will allow us to create more chances. Another thing is having Reece James do what he did against Man United, which is to be a natural attacking right back. I feel like having that option there opens up way more opportunities for us to create chances, cross the ball into the likes of Joao Pedro and the like when he's fully fit, and that will create us more chances. So I feel like there's opportunities for us to improve. We're probably gonna have to dip into the market in January, which I hate because again we spent so much money, but you can't go the whole season with Tosin and Chalobah as your main centre back because Fofana will probably get injured again. Coble's out for an extended period of time, so there are things that we need to do to improve the team because that's a big thing that we're missing. Coble was a big part of our form last season and in the Club World Cup, and now he's not here. It's obviously affecting the team.
I'm saying it now. I don't care, bro.
Nobody needs you to care. Again,
no. I'm saying I feel like I feel like Tottenham are gonna finish above you still.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Whatever you say, but again, I don't really care about the whole finishing above thing. As long as we get Champions League, that's cool. If we don't win the league, which I want to win, then okay, it is what it is. Then I want to win trophies. Then I want to win trophies, and I bet you Chelsea are going to win trophies this season, bro. Simple as that.
Yeah, so you think that it doesn't matter? Like, this is me. Performance in the league is your bread and butter for me. If Chelsea scrape top 4 again, that means there's no improvement.
Yeah,
I don't care. By the way, I don't care if you win the. By the way, I don't care. By the way, that's just me. Maybe maybe that's my opinion. Yeah. I don't care if Chelsea win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. I really don't care. Crystal Palace won cups, Wigan won cups. It doesn't matter. Winning cups when you're regressing in the league is actually not a good sign. It actually papers over the cracks. Manchester United won cups. That's not that. For Chelsea Football Club, if you hold your team as big as you guys say you are, and as long as I hold Chelsea is one of the biggest teams out there with 2 Champions Leagues and the European, I'm going to call it European heritage. 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, Super Cups, tons of semi-finals for Chelsea and finals as well that you lost That is European history created.
Right.
Maybe only in the last 20 years. Maybe it's only in the last 20 years. But they created enough history. I only measure you in the league and the Champions League. That's it. I'm not saying that Chelsea should win the league. Progression means you should be up there. The manager should actually eat against the smaller teams, not struggle. The smaller teams should be like easy games. You can not win the league. You know what I mean? No one is sitting here saying, Chelsea, you must win the league. No one's sitting saying that.
In the league's got to be better.
But performance in the league should show improvement in terms of tactics, players. That is what I'm looking for. You cannot be coming from last season, being the second team in created chances in the league, the big chances, the third team in the best defense in the league, and then we say this season we are struggling to get top 4.
Yeah, no,
that is regression.
That would be regression in the league, and I completely agree. And again, league form does dictate sort of how good your team is because it shows you over a period of time, right? Cup competition
and the Champions League and the Champions League as well, Champions League as well.
To a degree, right? But again, even you don't have to always be at your best level to win the Champions League. You just have a really good run.
No, but even reaching a semi-final or a quarter-final for Chelsea would be very good. You know what I mean? For Champions League,
and I agree. And again, and of course, I want to finish higher in the league. Again, for me, if we finish below Tottenham, that would be quite embarrassing, depending on what they do.
That's a sacking offense.
I mean, yeah, so that's fine. We can say that, but at the same time, again, coming from an Arsenal fan, about league position.
Arsenal finishing below Chelsea is a sackable offense.
As much as I appreciate league position is important, and for all the reasons that you said,
performance is not only that adds not only this. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. There is difference between like a league position and me watching every game for Chelsea, knowing that Chelsea have the upper hand in this game. Chelsea are the team on top. Chelsea are in control. You know what I mean? Yes, there are circumstances here and there. Because there is the majority of the games at the end of last season, you were the team in control. You were like up there. You guys know what I'm talking about. The dominance adds.
Just to line my point, because again, everything that you're saying, I agree with. We're saying the same thing. And again, I'm not here to say that you're going to say that trophies don't matter. Obviously, you know trophies matter too. Obviously, I feel like you're saying a bigger sign of success for bigger teams is how consistent you are over the league, and that's great, and I agree. However, if we're not going to win the league, which I think everybody here is going to say that we're not going to win the league, and maybe don't think we're going to compete that closely for it. My thing is, okay, if you're not going to win the league, you still have to compete for and win trophy, because I'm not trying to just be here, just climbing up the league table incrementally, but they're not winning anything. If we're going to climb up the league, or at least show that we're going to have a similar-ish season in the league, then for me, you've got to go win trophies, because that's what big clubs do. They win trophies no matter what. It's not about league position or I finished third, now I finished second. I'm competing. I finished with my rivals. St. Tottenham's Day, this, that. I don't care about all that shit. It's about winning trophies.
I get that. I do kind of agree with that sentiment.
It is not actually about winning.
Football's not about winning trophies. Again, everything you said is correct.
It's not about winning trophies. Not for the big clubs. I'm sorry, seriously, not for the big clubs. Sorry, not for the big clubs.
If Arteta wins Carabao Cup, this season, bro, he's got to go. Get out, bro. That's it. I don't care about
you think Maresca can win me a Carabao Cup in year 7 and I'm satisfied.
But wait, hold on. Yeah, but then you're contradicting yourself, because then you're talking about...
We're in year 2, brother.
But wait, listen, bro. Listen, hold on, because you're not concentrating, because you just said that if you're not going to win the league, or you're not going to win the league, you're happy to just win a trophy to show that still picking up trophies. Then you're now telling me, I'm telling you,
not winning trophies.
But now you're telling me, that in year 7 that you're not going to take a trophy. Then you're just contradicted yourself, bro. I'm saying to you, listen, wait, hold on, let me land, because I've let you speak. It can be year 1 or year 7, yeah? It don't matter. I'm saying for me, like Mo saying, you cut your teeth in the league, innit? Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yes, you want to win trophies incrementally and da-da-da-da-da. But, bro, if you're a big team and you are champions of the world, like you got big heritage, you're a big club, you shouldn't be happy and content with just winning Carabao Cup, bro.
Nobody said I'd be
you're
content.
Big Chelsea.
Nobody
you're
said I'd
Chelsea,
be content.
Big
Nobody
team, bro.
said I would be content, bro. Of course I
So
would.
I hear that. Yeah, you wanna win these cups, but bro, you should be winning the big major honors, bro.
And I want to get closer, if not win it this season. And if we're not going to win
can I ask you a straight question? Straight question, Ads. You come 5th this season and you win the FA Cup. You made Champions League with 5th. That's cool.
So we get Champions League and we get.
So you get Champions League. So you Spurs finish 4th, City finish 3rd. You finish 5th. You get Champions League. You're 20 points behind the league leaders, whoever wins the league. So you got 60 points or 65 points. The league leaders have 85, whatever.
Cool.
You reach around the 16 of the Champions League, you get knocked out.
Yeah, that's dead.
That's dead, huh? But that's winning trophies. But you're literally just won a trophy.
I never said that would satisfy me. I said if you're going to finish 5th, you're going to not go far in the Champions League, you better at least win a trophy. That is at least something of, okay, you've had some sort of success over the season. Doesn't mean it's a proper successful season. Doesn't mean that's what I want. I would probably rather us get 85 odd points, finish 2nd in the league, have a closer run there, get semi-final in the Champions League, and then not win anything. Even though that, to me, I'm like...
Okay, so we agree then. We're in the same agree, absolutely. We agree. If Chelsea fucking finish 2nd and don't win anything this season, right? I'm going to tell you guys, Wallah al-Azim, for real. If Arsenal win the FA Cup and finish 3rd, and Chelsea don't win anything and finish 2nd above them, close to Liverpool, and Chelsea the title, Chelsea had a better season than us.
Facts. And this is what I'm saying, yeah. This is not what makes sense, yeah. Bro, you man clown us for doing that, but then you're telling me that you will be happy.
You have done it 4 years. You have done it 3 years.
I get it. Yeah, but Mo,
there's no progression.
You gotta be honest. You have done it 3 years in a row.
You don't want to hear this.
You have done it 3 years in a row. That's different.
Mo, we're not getting clowned.
No progression.
You just say this. You are really saying you've done it 3 years in a row. If Chelsea done it next year and next year, people will clown them. Do it.
No, they wouldn't.
You don't want to hear it.
No, they would. I would. I'm talking about myself. I would.
Yeah, you would maybe, but bro, I don't know him, innit? So I don't know.
Listen, what Arsenal's doing is cool, but you got to win trophies. At the end of the day,
yes, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Exactly, and again, there's zero progression for Arsenal in finishing 2nd again or getting even to a Champions League.
That's rubbish, bro.
Did you hear what I just said? Win something.
Did you hear what I just said? If Arteta don't win the major for me, he's got to go. That's what I just said, bro. So it's not that. Don't ever get it twisted and think that man's just happy to finish 2nd. It's definitely not that way. But I'm saying to you, like, I don't think like everyone puts like bare like emphasis on winning trophies. But I think like trophies are relative to who your team is supposed to be in it. If your team like Liverpool, they're a big team, big win, like big club, bro. That if they just pick up Carabao Cup here and there, bro, they're not gonna be like that's meaty for them, bro. You're big Chelsea.
Yeah, but we're big Chelsea. Where are we right now? Atina, you don't really rate. Atina, you're talking about
3 weeks ago, everyone's singing champions of the world, bro. Like you man are talking heavy.
And we are, because we actually
exactly. This is what I'm saying. So you shouldn't be happy with just Carabao Cup. Then.
I never said I would be happy. I'm just saying that progression would be at least continuing to win trophies. And if we finish 2nd, that's actually progression in the league. It means we maybe got 85 odd points. That would be great. But again, it's not successful. You didn't win something. It's trying to progression. But again, at that point, cool. We need to go to the next step. The next step is after that point, winning the league, winning the Champions League, which is what we would need to do. But
let me do that.
2nd would be progression for Arsenal. You've been doing that. So now you're only to win something big.
Let me do the super chats, guys, to respond to them. On the Chelsea show, we are in trouble. The headline. Get it.
Ches is a madman. But
not only Ches. Not only Ches. Not only Ches. Matisse, Mizzy, all the Chelsea fans. You get onto other shows, panel shows. I'm telling you what happens, guys. This is the scenario that happens. Not you, ads. Not you. But they get onto panel shows. They're like, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. They get together in their Chelsea like shows. We're only Chelsea fans together, and they're like, "Bro, this is not good, bro."
I'm in a GT with
this is not good,
bro. Bro, man was shaking before the game, bro. About Lincoln are gonna give us. And Lincoln did give us a tough game, which was embarrassing for me. I know it isn't, but again, for me, are we in trouble? It could go down that road, but we're not in a trouble. We're not in a crisis yet.
Not yet. No, you're not in crisis. You have 8 points out of 15. You're not in crisis yet. But I promise you don't win again. You don't win against Brighton. Bro, flipping hell, bro.
Tables are being inflicted. We don't beat Brighton. 100 tables are being inflicted. We don't beat Brighton.
Yeah, bro. AMT saying Chelsea fan here. He's not your. You think Brighton missing Pedro? Chelsea fan. He's talking to you, ads. He's saying,
yeah, of course, miss a player as good as Pedro. Pedro's one of the best strikers in the league, so of course they're gonna miss him.
100% fair. D here is saying Madueke didn't get love at Chelsea because he argued with Palmer over a penalty. They hated him and scapegoated him.
When he was over at Chelsea, at Arsenal, of course, they had the whole get rid of Nani, the whole like cringe little thing that they were doing online. So now, like, because he's actually had a good start. Now they're doing a bit more in terms of praising him, which is good. Again, you should love upon a player like Nani. A player like Nani needs love and affection. And once he comes back from his injury, if you keep that up, I'm sure he'll do pretty good for you guys while he's going into his prime. So
he's injured now for 2 months, so we're not going to see him until like December.
Yeah, but when he's back, if you keep giving him the support, and Arteta keeps supporting him as well on the pitch, I'm sure he'll do well at Arsenal. He's a good player. He's just not maybe starting quality at one of these big teams right now in his current form.
I don't think he's a title-winning material starter at all. Like, he's a good player.
A squad player.
He's not meant to be a starter.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be.
W's guys for Tyler. Thank you, Tyler, for supporting the channel. Really, really appreciate the support, Tyler. As always, champions of the world begging for top 4.
Nobody has begging for top 4.
Yeah, this is crazy. Tyler.
But he is right. We are champions of the world, so he's got that part right.
Yeah, but you cannot be saying I'm champions of the world and then say top 4 is okay unless you challenge. Both cannot go together. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Like, I cannot sit here and say I'm world champ, and then when people tell me, but I'm happy to get like Lewis fucking carrying his belt on every stream. It doesn't go both. Like, you cannot say I'm champions of the world, and then you say, well, I will struggle. Like, top 4 is okay for me. I cannot say that.
It's okay. Top 4 is not okay. We got to get closer to the league title. That's what you got to do as Chelsea Football Club. Regardless of if we won this or not, we got to get closer. And we got 4th last year. Now we got to get closer. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Thank you, Tyler, for this. User here is saying, how is there zero progression? The squad is miles better than 3 years ago. The manager is the only problem at Arsenal right now. Second to first is a big step. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was saying zero progression when the Arsenal fan was talking right now. My whole point is, if you don't win the league right now, there's zero progression. Because for me, there's no progression other than winning the league. Because you finished second 3 years in a row. What else can you do to progress? What, get 95 points and not win the league again? Who cares? You got to win you got to win the Premier League or the Champions League, and he knows that too. The guy here knows that too. So that's just is what it is.
100%. Arsenal must win trophies. On Liverpool, though, a lot of people criticize their performances. Are we?
No, go on.
They haven't gelled yet, and they've won all their games. So, like, yeah.
Look, the thing is, it's so many people are going to go, oh, you know, Liverpool have been. I don't know if I can swear, but Liverpool have been awful. To be honest, we've been bad.
It's made not for under 18. So
there we go. So we've been shit in some of our matches. Then let's have it. But look, we scraped Newcastle, we scraped Bournemouth, we scraped Everton towards the end. Let's not get that twisted. But there's something to be said for the fact of we're doing it. We're still getting through these matches. We've just had Southampton tonight, and look, we shouldn't be struggling at home against 19th place Championship side Southampton, who have had 1 win in the first 6 in the Championship. No excuses for it. But the fact that we've rotated heavily and we've still managed to get over that hurdle, we've still managed to pick up a win, showcases that it's not just a talent thing. It's not because we've brought in expensive players that we're doing it. We're doing it because the mentality is we are going to go down swinging. We're not going to struggle, and we're not going to and go out with it. At least we're going to go out with a bang, or we're going to win. It's not what champions do. They don't win every single match late, but it's what Liverpool do. It's what we've always done. We've done it 14 more times than any other side in the Premier League, statistically. We've done it in Europe time and time again. We've done it in the Carabao Cup at points, FA Cup at points. Like, you can go to any season and you will find some sort of last-ditch win by Liverpool or two last-ditch wins by Liverpool.
They're not lucky. It's not luck.
It's not luck, man. It's meant to, and I'm not going to sit here and say we've been great and we deserve these wins. We did not deserve that win at Newcastle. Far from it. We were awful. The Arsenal win, you can say what you want. It was a magical set piece. It is what it is. But the fact that we're doing it speaks volumes, as opposed to other teams who are getting to this point and then they capitulate and concede or don't go any further. Like, this isn't a dig at Arsenal, by the way, at all. I understand how it sounds, but it's not. But like, you look at that City game the other day, the intention from Arsenal was not to win that match. The intention from Arsenal was we just aren't going to lose, and they got that equaliser.
What?
From then on, the mindset should have been, right, let's go for it. They're there now. It's there.
How do people watch the game, Arsenal versus City, and think the Arsenal who pressed from minute 1 didn't want to win?
That doesn't make sense.
Make that argument.
Yeah, it's mad. I don't understand that. Like, the only thing that you can say is, he could have played a more attacking lineup.
One player,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
change
Yeah,
your
yeah.
opinion about that. One
But
player.
don't look at the game and watch the game and say Arsenal didn't want to win. That's
Arsenal
disingenuous.
wanted to win.
Okay, it came out wrong then. What I mean is,
they look
do you know,
like
if you go to last season where you beat them, you beat City 5-1, for example, and like the starting line or everything just felt
Yeah, but
so
City
much
didn't
like...
defend it with 11 players behind the ball.
Yeah. You have people have to look at City's game, yeah. And did City play like a Man City side?
No, they sat deep for that second half.
That shows some
I
respect.
think when I do videos and say Arsenal agendas and stuff, the problem is that all stems from the mainstream media. I got Tim Sherwood. Saying that Pep coached a great game. Pep Guardiola can do no wrong. Coached a great game. It didn't work. He defended 90 minutes. It didn't work. Did he win?
He didn't
win.
No, I'm not like this. To think I'm not criticizing. Look, Arsenal have been they have progressed as much as people want to rip into it, and that's not me. It came across wrong. What I mean is in the sense of if it was us, it feels like we would have probably went for more, and we could have lost. Do you know what I mean? But we're willing to gamble that on the fact that we can go for those late wins and we can pick up the results. Like that Newcastle game, for example, they went down to 10 men. They battered us, and I think a lot of teams would have went there at that point and just said, right, just pack it in, just go for the draw, just get out of there, draw 2-2, whatever. But then you're bringing on a young lad, 16 years old, who's then producing that moment. You're then playing Everton the other day. We got battered in that second half, but we ground it out. We're getting the results even when we're playing poor. And like today, for example, we were bad at portions of it, but we were bad with a rotated team, a lot of injured players who have come in, and we've still showcased the exact same winning mentality to get it over the line. And like Wirtz, for example, people criticize him, saying he's been awful. He's been far from good, but he still played a part in the Atletico game. Isak missed the first 2 games. Like he was all right against Madrid. He was pretty poor against Everton, but then he's come up today against Southampton. Like the players are turning up in moments when they're needed to, even when they're not playing well or they're not in the first team. Chiesa today, not even on the bench the other day against Everton, not in the Champions League squad.
Can this continue?
No, it can't. No, it can't continue sustained. You can't do it game after game after game after game. But as a individual portion of the season, to say that we've hardly hit 100% or near 100% after so much change, after so much tragedy, after so much stuff that's gone on, and we're still getting this result, still 5 wins from 5, still win our first Champions League match, still in the Carabao Cup, is a big thing for us. It's not sustainable. And if anything, it's a poor outlook on the season ahead in the sense of we're scraping things at the moment when you should be scraping things later in the season. And we're going to lose Salah for a bit, and players are going to burn out, and players are going to be rotated and taken in and out of the squad.
And injuries.
But I'm looking at, you've got to look at the positives from it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, we're awful, this is awful. We're still doing great things.
It's not awful, to be honest. It's not awful. It's not awful. Like today, Chiesa played well, but today at Anfield, and it tells me, again, that Liverpool defense without Virgil van Dijk is so suspect. It's unbelievable. It's so suspect.
Yeah.
It's so suspect.
When he wasn't there against Brighton, Konate looked open as anything. He looked so vulnerable. I know we'd won the league at that point, but I still expect someone who's being touted with being one of the best centre-backs in Europe last season to put in a decent performance, not half-arse it. Gomez today looked awful. He looked so...
Leone looked all right, but again, it's 18 years old, 19 years old. Like, you cannot count on him in the league.
If you've got a debuting Giovanni Leone, who's 19 years old, and a Joe Gomez, who's been at Liverpool for 10 years, Premier League experience, title-winning experience, of those two, who should be carrying who? Leone should not be carrying Joe Gomez, and yet today he's had to step up and put in a terrific performance to compensate for Joe Gomez's display. That's how poor our backline is when Van Dijk isn't involved in that squad. Konate is a good player, don't get me wrong. He's improved this season from the first 2 matches, but beyond that, you've then got Gomez, who's injury riddled and is okay, let's face it. Leone's had to come in and put in a really good performance, who's just suffered a bad injury. You've got Kerkez and Frimpong, who have both only just come in and are being trusted with first team duties. Like, it's such a changed back line, and it needs to be, we just need some stability. We just need something we need to start getting back to where we were last season, where we were going 2-0 up. Because what people don't click as well is the reason we won the title last season and the reason we had performed the way we did is because we didn't suffer a lot of injuries. Let's be like, Arsenal have been riddled. Like, let's not lie about that. Liverpool was so fortunate. The reason was because we were blowing.
Guys, we got one of
slow down.
these Liverpool fans is different than the others, guys. People in the chat, we got one Liverpool fan that is different than the others. He said that Liverpool were fortunate. Guys, did you guys hear this? Wallahi, I need to clip this to show it to the others.
Look, if Arsenal didn't suffer the level of injuries they did and City didn't fall off, it would have been a much, much tougher title race. We got fortunate because we didn't suffer anywhere near the number of injuries that Arsenal did, for example, or City with Rodri. But the reason for that is because we were blowing teams away and we took our foot off the gas and we were able to rest and we were able to slow the game down and not have to go through the grind.
Be careful. You can't say that. People in the chat Liverpool fans will actually hate you now because you said that you were fortunate and Arsenal were riddled with injuries and City. Just they will hate you because you got to follow the same narrative.
That's fine.
Injuries don't matter and... like it doesn't matter, and no, Arsenal didn't win with injuries, and Liverpool were not fortunate, and you gotta follow the same narrative. If you don't, you're like you fall out of the line.
Well, so because I have my own opinion, I'm ostracized. That's fine. Look, if people don't like it, I'm not going to sit here and say
I'm not asking you. I'm being sarcastic.
Season performance. That's fine.
I'm being sarcastic.
But, no. I know. But look,
here you go.
It is what it is.
Watch. Here you go. Here you go. You see, like, just more. Just like, it doesn't matter.
I'm just not going to sit here and rip into Arsenal. I'm just not that type of fan. So, look, we won the league because we were the best side, but we didn't suffer anywhere near the injuries that Arsenal did. We didn't suffer any cataclysmic injuries like City did with Rodri because we'd go 2-0 up, take our foot off the gas, substitute when we could, and then we were rested for the next game. We weren't burnt out. And the fact that we're putting this much effort in at the stage that we are, in late stages that we are, at St. James's Park, against Arsenal at Anfield, at Bournemouth at home, Atletico Madrid, it can't be sustainable because we're going to burn out when we get to the later stages of the season.
People are triggered because he's saying his opinion. He shouldn't say his opinion.
Tell you what, no, I take it back. Arsenal are the worst. Liverpool are the best. We won everything. By the way, we are the best team. I'm not disputing that, but
it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy that people nowadays can't hear an opposing opinion from anybody. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool just can't.
Someone asked
if you don't follow the line, you shouldn't support the club. You should just go support somebody else. You know what I mean? It's actually nuts, bro. It's actually nuts. I spent the whole of last year hate watching Liverpool. A lot of games went this way, and Salah bailed them out. It's not lucky. They will keep doing it. They have so many players to bail them out in games.
They got
Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz will bail Liverpool out in some games. Salah will, Van Dijk, clutch. The difference is, to be honest, is that I actually believe, Ads, by the way, you can just chime in with us. I genuinely believe that Liverpool have way more clutch players than anybody else.
Facts.
Like players that can win you the 3 points when you are in trouble. There's so many of them at Liverpool.
You know what,
on the bench, on the pitch, there's so many.
Do you know what, Mo, as well? Yeah, with Liverpool, I think that they've got a lot of players that don't have to be playing well to score goals. You see, like for Arsenal, I feel like our players have to be playing well for us to score goals. You got Salah, he can have a stinker of a game but bag a hat-trick quickly. Gakpo can stink out the gaff and come off with 2 goals. Like, I don't think Ekitike is that type of player, but you can see he's got unbelievable quality.
We did it with Origi for years. We did it with
Origi. Does it? You got Chiesa that will do it. Like Gravenberch is now adding goals to his game. He's quality. Like, I just think you've got so many places that you can come. Like, I feel like Chelsea, that Liverpool are just, yeah, man, they're a good side, man. Seriously. And when you think that all the attackers don't do it, then Van Dijk pops out with a header, or Szoboszlai will put one in the top bins, or like, do you get what I mean? It's proper, man.
It's like a mentality thing.
It's mentality, 100%. It's not luck. It's a team that's been known for being able to dig it out in tough situations. And we saw it even 2 seasons ago when you had the title race of Arsenal and Liverpool, and you didn't get it over the line. But that season, there were so many opportunities. There were so many games where you would turn it around, or you would go up in games, but then you'd be able to sort of just see out wins. And people saying, "Oh, it's lucky you might have burn out." And in that season, you did burn out, but last season we saw it. It was a different situation. And
Mate, you can go back to any year and we've pulled out. You go back to when we beat Newcastle in '95. Like, there's so many countless examples. And by the way, there's actually a good few people in the comments who actually agree with me, so I'm quite happy with that.
And again, this is that's got a heritage of doing it in big games.
They don't have to agree with you. Go ahead, ads. I want to listen to this.
Yeah, again, this is a team that's shown that they can obviously turn around games, and that's why I looked at Chelsea Brentford game where we had a poor start, we came back, we got the winning goal, and Caicedo scored a screamer, but then we threw it away with a long throw that caught us out. Right? Liverpool are not going to do that. Even Arsenal, they're not going to concede a goal like that. They're going to hold on to those wins, and it'll be like one of those games where you're like, oh, that's a championship performance because you come back and you hold out in a tough place, right? So Liverpool are going to do that. It isn't luck that they've been doing this. This is what big teams do. But again, I want to touch on one point about mentality, right? Because I think it's interesting. Because I feel like, again, Arsenal have the best squad for me. They have the best squad in terms of depth, for sure. Defensively, midfield depth, obviously, even attacking depth. You've got players who can go out there and bail you out in such situations. It's just about, for me, tactically, if you're going to like really let loose and actually let the shackles off the team, because you have the best defensive unit in all of world football. That's a fact. You have even really great defensive midfielders as well. But it's like, we look at the City game, of course, I think the Liverpool fan obviously made a point about maybe they were, I feel like the point he's trying to make, which is that obviously Arsenal, they're a bit afraid to lose at times, right? They're not really fearless in terms of, okay, we're going to go and do everything we can to go and win the game. Because I have Arsenal fans who were at the stadium, and let's be honest, 60-odd thousand fans had that sort of feeling of deflation when they saw the lineup, because some of your best players are left on the bench. You're playing a defensive midfield, Trossard left wing. It's like you've only got maybe two naturally attacking players on the pitch. It's like, why are you doing that at home against a City team that you battered 5-1 last season? And you look at mentality, and again, Arsenal's not a case of they're not strong, they're mentally strong. They are far away from a team that will be flaky. They're a mentally strong team in terms of being resilient. However, the mentality of, okay, we're going to be ruthless, we're going to make sure we always go for the win, and winning is the only option, is something I don't necessarily see. Because when they scored that goal, and listen, Martinelli might himself be relieved because he's been holding bench and whatnot. He scored the goal, cool. He wants to celebrate. Why are the rest of the team not grabbing the guy by his neck and be like, we've got a goal now, let's get another one. Because you had 7 minutes added on. Like, there was enough time to get another goal. And I'll point to one other game earlier in the season that Liverpool were involved in when they played against Newcastle, who were down to 10 men, also at home, and they brought it back to 2-2. And it was, I think, Osula who scored the goal, right? A kid as well, really. What did he do? He went and ran into the goal, got the ball off Van Dijk and said, no, we got to go and get another goal. And all the Newcastle players followed him to do it as well. They weren't all going celebrating. They brought it back from 2-0 down to 10 men against Liverpool. And they said, we're going to go and get the ball and get another goal. They didn't, but they actually showed the mentality of, we want to get more. And for me, it's strange with Arsenal, where why are they not showing that extra bit of mentality? Because again, drawing at home to City isn't enough. You've got to go and win the league. You've got to go and win that game. You've got to go and win against Newcastle coming up next week as well. So, like, I don't really get it why Arsenal is like.
I heard that.
I'm not seeing that urgency.
You're not wrong, and I do agree with a lot of what you're saying. However, I do feel like for us, the league, we didn't lose the league by dropping points against the top teams. Like, we did draw a few of them games, but I feel like the games what separated us from Liverpool were the games where we were winning and dropped points from winning positions against.
It was like Forest and West Ham and things like that.
That was supposed to be beaten. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So yeah, like, in the grand scheme of things, we should be going out and on the front foot against City and wanting to win, which I feel like we played like we wanted to win. But yeah, cool, celebrations, cool, whatever. Yeah, I feel like for me, it's just like, people ain't putting things into perspective. You have to respect whether man like it or not. City are not mugs, in it. So getting a draw at City at Arsenal, it's not a mad result. In context, would you want Arsenal to win against City? 100%. But in the grand scheme of things, is it a 1-1 at home to City a mad result? No. If Liverpool played Arsenal and they come off with a point, they're not going to be like, we need to beat Arsenal. That's going to be the determining factor.
When City won the league in 18-19, they drew with us at Anfield and viewed it as a good result. So they I think it was 0-0 because then they beat they beat us at the Etihad because we were one game away from doing the Centurion and the Invincible, and they drew with us at Anfield, and they viewed that as that's a good point taken. But I also understand the perspective of the next season where we won the league. When they came to Anfield, we put 3 past them, Fabinho, Mane, and Salah. So there's some seasons where, like, you think, okay, a draw to them's good. And then the seasons where you think, right, we just have to beat them. But the only argument for it with Arsenal is because it's been 3 seasons. Yeah, because it's been 3 seasons of finishing second. And this should be the season where they push on and go for the title.
100%.
Yeah. So they should be going for the jugular and beating them, not going for draws. That's what I meant before when I said they went there with anything but to lose. It's a season for Arteta now where it's make or break. So for them to go and to get the draw and be like, okay, it's a good result. It is a good result if you're in your first season going for the league. But because it's Arsenal's 4th, the main thing should be beat them. We have to beat them like we did last season.
And it's not like it's not like their record in big games isn't already impeccable. Again, the Liverpool loss was their first loss in like 3-4 years. Like again, look at all the great top sides of all time. Whether it's a top Chelsea side or top United side, going 3 years without losing to any big 6 teams is almost unheard of. So for Arsenal to do that is great. But now, and again, the Arsenal fan made a point. It's like the games against the lower teams that you need to go and win. But obviously, that doesn't mean that should compensate or that should then be at the sort of regression of your results in the big games. You still got to go out there and stay unbeaten and really win these big games. And again, if you're not going to beat Liverpool at Anfield, at least get the draw. At home against City, you've got to win.
Big games don't matter. Big games don't matter.
Everyone's going to think
obviously their issue was the lower games.
Ads. Yes, exactly. Big games don't matter. Like if they go to the Etihad and draw, and then Liverpool come to their ground and they win 1-0, but then they win against 15 teams, will Arsenal win the league? Yeah. Who gives a shit about this game? The City. As the thing about is that currently Arsenal won away at Old Trafford, and I'm not here defending Arsenal. Arsenal should have won against City because City really were there for the taking. But they won against Man United at Old Trafford. They normally don't do this. They actually smashed the 2 lower opposition teams 8 goals to none. 8 goals to none. He lost to Liverpool, being the best team in the second half, being the second best team in the second half, to a free kick. He played against City. Everyone thought that City would actually win 1-0 after City scored because Arsenal couldn't break them down. They came back. It's the mentality in this Salah, Martinelli celebrated, blah, 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 all this talk. But I think the way people are reacting to this
is too much.
It's too much. Like I think when I'm every day now, since Arsenal, when did Arsenal play Sunday? It's Tuesday now. Sunday evening, I sleep because I'm 6 hours behind you guys. I wake up 6 hours. Things happened in the UK. BBC spoke, Sky Sports, Talk Sports. I wake up, every single fucking clip, Monday and Tuesday morning, is about the Arsenal mentality.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Every single thing. Like every single one.
It's got no balance.
And then they actually, oh my God, Arsenal will not win the league because of this game. You're lying.
It's only 5 games
in. Lying. Not you. Like the media are lying. If Arsenal might not win the league, and they are not favorites to win the league. Liverpool are closer because Liverpool team is better, because Arsenal team is lesser than Liverpool, in my opinion, because maybe Arne Slot plays more attacking football. It is not because fucking Martinelli didn't fucking grab the ball and go back. And it shows mentality. It shows the mentality. Well, have you looked at the kid that every Arsenal fan wanted out? And him in front of his fan base scored a goal in the injury time to actually equalize against Pep Guardiola's team. Has anyone looked at it from this perspective?
Yeah, of course. And you can celebrate like that. Although I was questioning more the rest of the players, but again, that's not the be all and end all, right?
But you know what? Can I add this one point? Sure. You know, if Arteta came after the game in the press conference and said, "Yeah, we came back, we fought hard, we got a point," and Pep Guardiola was disappointed, I would say your mentality is fucked up, Arteta. But he was asked after the game, and he's like, 2 points dropped. We should have actually won this game. Pep Guardiola said, "I'm happy with the point." So that shows me that Arteta, actually, and by the way, Arteta many times said before, never criticizes. Like, yeah, good point. We move on to that. This one, it was very obvious from his interview. He's disappointed that he drew the game, that he wanted to win.
Listen, I watched the Arteta press conference too, and again, of course, he's at a stage where he knows he needs to be winning all these games, and there's very little margin for error when you're going up against City side that was dominant, this Liverpool side that was dominant last season and looked they're going to be dominant again this season. There's no margin for error. But again, when he was asked about the midfield and why it seemed like he plays such a defensive midfield, his answer was, "Oh, I don't think there's enough time in his press conference to answer that." And it's just like, are you going to be really just regimented to what your ideas are, and you're not going to change? Because ultimately, again, you may say that it's doing too much of a focus on the mentality of Arsenal players, right? I think that's true. However, there's a bit of PTSD of Arsenal fans and the general media looking at, oh wait, Are Arsenal going to do what they did last season? There's going to be almost no title race because, again, there's 5 points behind Liverpool already. Again, both teams have had tough starts to the league, but Liverpool have been flawless. Arsenal have dropped a few points. By the next time they play, they could be 8 points behind, and they go into St. James's Park, which is a big game that they've actually struggled to win at in recent years. So, like, now it's like, okay, as much as we get it, Arsenal, there's a lot of, it is too early, but at the same time, 8 points after 6 games. I'm not saying that
8 points is kind of going to be mad, to be honest.
That's my point. My point is that it's not going to be over.
Bro, everyone's going to take points.
Let me land the point, because again, I'm not here to say that 8 points after 6 games is game over or even close to being game over. Nobody's saying that. But again, there's a bit of PTSD in the sense that you've been in that situation before where you've had a big gap to try and climb over, and you've not been able to do it. And it's like, okay, when it's meant to be a different season, that's looking a bit samey in terms of being.
I hear what he's saying.
I hear that. But then there's also PTSD of Liverpool slapping Arsenal. There's PTSD of Man City slapping Arsenal. So like, bro, like don't like we just look at things at one side of the coin, bro. Arsenal have gone to Man City have come to Arsenal and slapped Arsenal. Like, let's not pretend like that ain't happened bare times, bro. It's Arsenal have gone to Liverpool and got slapped up by Liverpool bare times. So there's going to be PTSD from him on that sense too. Like, we can't just look at it one way and say, oh, we just got to just go attacking and gung-ho and go and attack. Bro, these are not idiots that we're playing like. We're not playing idiots, bro. These are Liverpool and Man City, the two other best teams in the best team, the champions of the England, and the people who have been dominating England for the last however many years, like. So they're not idiots that we're playing.
I hear you, but I can't lie. The tactics versus Liverpool for me were fine. Again, Arsenal doing that away against a big team, and against Liverpool at Anfield, I hear it. And listen, for me, if they draw the game, there's no Slobos Life free kick. Everyone's gonna be like, you know what? That's a good point from Arsenal. They did their thing, fair play. It's obviously once they scored that goal, and then the attacking impetus after that was kind of minimal. That's when the criticism comes and whatever, right? But for me, it's the City game where this is the first time ever where it's like, no, Arsenal did have their best squad probably since they won the league in 2004. And this is by far the worst City team that we've seen since you've been competing with them to try and win the league. So, like, now if the tables have turned and you're clearly the better team, you're clearly the favorite team, it's clearly the time when Arsenal fans are going into this game as comfortable as they've ever been. So why is it that you're playing a more defensive lineup? That's what kind of seems.
You're not wrong in what you're saying. I'm saying two things can be right at the same time. I just think he's not getting the balance right. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
he's thinking that, all right, cool, we've been slapped before, so I want to make sure that we're defensively solid, but he ain't got, and I think that reflects in even the way that we've been playing the last maybe 18 months, I would say, because I think like there was a season where we had like mad free-flowing football and we didn't end up winning the league. Then the next season where we challenged, I think he got the balance right a little bit, but we didn't win the league that season, yeah.
Then super close.
Then last season he went too much defensive and we were very rigid. And we were like, we've been very rigid, solid at the back pause, but we ain't really been like as free flowing going forward. So I feel like he hasn't got the balance right. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can see that even the way that we've been playing. But
how does he?
I think the Newcastle game will tell us a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
How does he get the balance right? And is he going to actually change anything? Because I don't know if
he's waiting for Odegaard.
Yeah, I think we can't really judge that until we see. We haven't seen Arsenal play their strongest lineup like since the transfer windows closed with our new signings, like with Eze, Odegaard, Saka.
Yeah, but Liverpool haven't played the strongest lineup yet.
No. I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we can't judge that until.
I know, Lewis, you have to go. Just go ahead.
Until we have an opportunity to see that, then cool. I ain't gonna judge him on that and say like, oh, I don't know what he's gonna do. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna just do the super chat and just actually end it. Omar is saying Leone looked promising at 18. Got it. Get well soon. Yeah, he looked very good. Leone actually looked very good, super good. To be honest with you guys, but this is actually very good discussion. Actually, I liked it. It's actually very constructive. Great, actually, guys. Hit that like button. The catch up in the description. When are you guys live?
We're gonna be live tomorrow.
At what time?
We're gonna be live at 7 tomorrow.
All right.
We're doing a team of the week. We do it every week. Team of the week.
All right.
Best team of the weekend. We pick our best 11. Will Isak get in there? Will Hugo get in there? Will Enzo get in there? Whoever, like, we just decide and let the chat get interacted. We had a live yesterday. Yeah, man, we're just growing. We're on the road to 2K right now. So any support that you can give us, it's much
Yeah,
appreciated.
100%. And ads, where can people find you?
Listen, I'm just a professional guest, bro. I just come in here, just drop my gems and just keep it moving. But again, obviously, I'm going to be on this channel again. I'm going to be on Don's channel. Big up Blue Diaries and that.
Yes.
It's been a lot of therapy sessions of late because it's been a bit of a mad week. But again, like I'm saying, hopefully the manager changes a few things, like Reece James right back, dropping Enzo deeper, other things, and we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
100%, you'll be all right. But guys, before actually we go, I want people to go and vote for me in the Football Content Award. If you guys are here and you haven't voted for me, so go and vote.
Right now, Mo.
I'm trying to actually win. Actually, I actually pinned the comment in the description, guys. So I replaced the thing. So go and support, guys, and guys go support and just actually vote. It's actually in the YouTube. So go and vote and because I'm trying to actually win this. Because if I win, I'm coming to the UK. If I don't win, I'm not coming. But anyway,
is it in the description, Mo? Yeah,
it's in the pinned chat, in the live chat. It's pinned in the live chat. Yes. Big up Nafisa. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button. Big up Nafisa. Thank you for supporting, always supporting us, Nafisa. Without a shadow of a doubt, you're always here for us. Of course, sister. So thank you for joining us. Of course, appreciate you. But big up everyone. Hit that like button, guys, before you go. Support the channel. This will take you to them pots. And I will see you guys later.
Yeah, love.
Yes.